everyone, and happy Wednesday. We are hell diving again. Once again, we are hell diving. So we are out here doing that. We have more bot missions, so we are just going to go destroy some bots. And this is the last stream of the week because we are taking some time off to go and vacation. So I cannot wait to tell you all about that and go do all my favorite vacation things. So more on that shortly. We, as always, are going to grab our laser cannon, our jump jet. It's just an unbeatable combo against the bots. In fact, I think this loadout right here, the jump jet, laser cannon, anti-tank emplacement, and walking barrage, is the absolute most perfect, the most perfect loadout you can bring against the bots. You can literally handle every single thing they throw at you. You can destroy them left and right. It is simply the best loadout that you can bring against the bots. Now, granted, you don't always want to have like the meta stuff, right? We've talked about this to death, that sometimes you just want to have fun, and that means that you don't want to bring all the meta things. But as far as just absolute dominance over the bots, this is the way to do it. They don't see me yet. I want to call in. This is a good hill. I believe I can destroy these guys before they can call in some help. So let's thrash them like this and hope to not get set on fire. The fire squad, man. Sometimes you never know. Sometimes they'll instantly destroy you. Sometimes you can take a few shots. You just never know with these fire guys. That reload got me. Okay. Now we are in a good spot because we have a nice hill. I wish we could have done that without getting set on fire and taken down, but we have a very nice perch to unleash some devastation here. So let's calculate exactly what we want to do here. Let's see, we've got a couple guys there. They might see me, but if I'm up here, I can thrash that whole base. I can thrash that. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to fire from here. So we need to... Yeah, we're going to use this hill to our advantage. So we need to take these guys out really quick. Let's make sure, is there anyone who can call in? There does not appear to be anyone who can call in. So let's see if we can get that guy with a grenade from here. We cannot because we are terrible aim. Wow, that was awful, but we can do this. We can do this. We just don't need to get set on fire. Just quietly take these guys out. Pop that guy's eye. We're doing it. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Dancing Banana. Have a great day. Thanks for scrolling on by. Poco, good morning. How's it going this morning? What is going on, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Okay, we've taken out everyone. Now we've got a good hill to perch on, and we can... Oh, come on, it bounced. Really? Really? Can I ask what you are playing? We are playing Helldivers. Helldivers 2, actually. One of my favorite games. Came out last year in February and has absolutely been a must-play. My whole plan just went to garbage, though, because my stuff bounced off the ground for no good reason. I don't know why it bounced right there. So a perfectly laid plan just went to absolute garbage, and if that's not Helldivers in a nutshell, I don't know what is, because that is very much the Helldivers experience. Is, hey, here's a good plan, and then it instantly gets destroyed, and you have to try again. So that is the Helldivers way sometimes. Why am I getting stuck here too? Nothing is cooperating. Okay. Let's see if we can salvage a little bit of my plan here. Destroy that. That's already been destroyed.
Tagging location. Never mind. East.
North, 300 meters.
Wow, my whole plan's destroyed here. Coming in from Tokyo. Good morning. Good morning from Tokyo. Someday I would like to visit Japan. I talk about it a lot. That is on one of my must-visit lists. I really want to go see Japan one of these days.
Say hello to democracy.
What's it really like there? I know you see like all the tourists posting like all the things, but like what's from a non-tourist perspective? What is it like? We've got a fortress here. We can probably take this down with a orbital walking barrage.
Activating jump pad. Requesting orbital.
Get a good throw up there. There we go. I can't decide. So obviously, if I could travel as much as I wanted to, I would do all sorts of things in Japan. But I understand that like it's expensive to fly. It's expensive to be a tourist. So the question is, if I could only go to Japan once, should I get like the experience of going to like the huge downtown Tokyo and seeing all that, or going to like one of the smaller outlining areas where you get like the shrines and the beautiful countryside and all that? And I get like Tokyo's populated, right? But also like they have like the high-speed trains and all that, so you don't necessarily have to pick and choose as far as I understand. Like there is the capability to do both because the transportation system is so good. But again, I don't know if that's actually true or if that's just all the stuff you see online and from like tourists and such. So I would like to do it all, but again, that is expensive. Same thing with Italy. Like, I want to see all of Italy, but I really want to see the Vatican, so we have to pick and choose. Dude, you're getting smacked. Let's help you out. It's amazing. The locals are amazing. The food's to die for and all authentic history. You really need to go to Tokyo. That's an experience you'll never forget. See, that's what I've heard, is that, like, downtown Tokyo is like no other place on the world. That truly is, like, a really unique experience. The trains are connected, so you can see everything. That is good to hear. I want to see it all. I'm a sucker for the. I'm gonna butcher how this is called. The gashapon machines, like the little capsule machines. I'm an absolute sucker for little capsules full of fun things. So I want to go like to the big stores that have a ton of those. That looks like fun. Of course, there's a bunch of things I want to take photos of because I'm a photographer. There's just so much to see. My father was stationed in Okinawa for a stint in the 90s, so I would like to see Okinawa as well, see where my dad was stationed and what he did out there. But that, again, there's just so much to see and so much to do. I also don't want to be... Oh, that's a big dude. Let's fly away before it blows me up. I don't want to be that tourist who goes there like, oh, I want to come look at all the anime and the manga, you know? Like, as much as I do enjoy anime, there's so much more to Japan than just anime, right? I don't want to be one of those kimono-wearing tourists who comes there just to look at anime and gush about how much I love Japanese culture. You know, I don't want to be that guy. Bring that guy in. Can someone blow that turret up for me, please?
Package acquired. High value sample collected.
All right, let's drop this over here. Let's get it out of. There we go. Okay, we got it. I've also seen, and I don't know, again, I'm just basing off what I see for TikTok, so I might be completely wrong, but I have seen a lot of posts recently about parts of Japan not liking tourists, and they're getting kind of tired of tourists coming in and then making restaurants where like you must speak Japanese in order to eat at the restaurant. You must you can't just be a foreigner. I've seen a few things about that, but I don't know how true that actually is. tourist love capsules. The Meiji Shrine is right in the heart of Tokyo. You also need to go to the Tokyo Sky Tree. What is the Tokyo Sky Tree? I'm guessing it takes you really high up, and I've heard that like getting a bird's eye view of Tokyo, like the city is so huge, like it's uncomprehendable how huge it is, and that like seeing it from a bird's eye view is just absolutely breathtaking. All right, let's try this again. No bounce this time. Akihabara is the district in Tokyo. I've heard that is a great place to visit for anime and all tourist wants. Hit it. There we go. Okay, we got that. Thrash their base a little bit. Nice. Blow everything up. Wow, we got a great hill here for sniping all their stuff. Look at that. Okay, that's all destroyed. What's left to destroy here? We got that. We can't destroy those. Might be able to hit that tower from here. Yes, we can. Sweetheart, hello. Sorry, I missed your message. Yeah, you can tell me something. What's up? Maybe if you got rid of that haircut, you get some people on here. Okay. Well, I do need a haircut. That is absolutely true. It is time for a haircut. That I cannot deny. My hair's getting a little out of control. Got back from 3 weeks in Japan. There's many places that tell you they're full, no more tourists. See, I've heard that, but again, it's TikTok, right? So how much of TikTok can you actually believe? It's one of those things where like what's being exaggerated, what's being done for clicks, and what's actually, true. Anyway, sweetheart, what's up? What you got? Tokyo Skytree is the third tallest structure in the world. I had no idea on that either. It gives you a 360 view of the city. That's really cool. You have 24 hours to obtain employment if you fail to do so. I have full-time employment. Do not worry. That is why I stream so early in the morning, is because I get up at 5 a.m. Pacific time and I stream until about 6:37, and then I go to work until 6 o'clock at night. So we have a job here. I would love to be a full-time streamer, but that is a dream that will never come to be. Bat, hello. Another fellow, a Helldiver. Hello. How's it going? We're just out here doing our part in destroying the bots, scrapping all the bot menace, since there's no more Illuminate to take down because we pushed them off of Super Earth. I want to see what they're going to do, because they mentioned that the president of Super Earth got kind of vaporized in the last incursion. So I'm interested to see what they do with that. Like, what are they going to do? Are we going to have an election for a new president? Is it just going to be now the government doesn't have a president and just the democracy officers in charge? What are they going to do with that storyline? Would you kindly provide your job title for the records? I actually cannot talk about my job on stream. That is something I try and draw a line on and not discuss, because there have been too many people, unfortunately, who get their real life messy because of vindictive people on social media. So I try and keep all of that separate just to avoid any sort of issue with that. Even though I try not to say anything that will get me canceled or upset people or things of that nature. That's just kind of the nature of the beast. And especially since I am Catholic and this is a Catholic stream, sometimes we have conversations that some people do not like, and that can lead to issues. There's lost footage of the president of Super Earth on YouTube before he dies, and there's already a president of Super Earth. There's a new president of Super Earth? Who did they elect? Was there an election? I kind of feel like there was no election. I feel this is like shadow government installing a puppet. Engineering. I wish I was an engineer. Then I could afford all the toys I want if I was an engineer, or like programming, any sort of like technology. I had a dude find where I worked and tried to get me fired once. Yeah, that it happens. It happens a lot. And granted, there are some people who fully, I think, deserve it. There are people who run their mouth on social media and say some absolutely off-the-wall bonkers things, and there should be consequences for that. I definitely don't disagree with that. But there's also been times where it's like, you're going to ruin someone's livelihood over that? Like, it makes me question it. So I would like to avoid that, you know?
Marking location.
The Minister of Defense became the president. Of course he did. That's what I'm saying. We got some... That's some shadow government level stuff right there. Just making the Minister of Defense automatic president. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. All right, we got ourselves a big old doggy over here. Let's blast him. Right in the eye a few times. Okay, we've got a call-in. We're running. Oh, we're running. We are by ourselves. We cannot handle that call-in, so we're running.
Calling in reinforcements.
We're running fast. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's the plan. We're gonna run to the other side of this. We're gonna call down a walking barrage, and we're gonna take out both this objective and that entire call-in. That's my brilliant plan here. I used to record vlogs outside my workplace as a young man. Not too smart of me, but I didn't think there'd be psychos online. And it's amazing, like, even if you use like a green screen or things like that, people will find you. Like that one guy who's really famous on TikTok, Jose Monkey, who like that's his whole job is finding people who post themselves online. Like it is bonkers how good some people are at finding other people. When they have a want to do that, they will. It's almost suspicious that Ministry of Defense takes control of the president over any other ministry. That's what I'm saying. There is some suspicion there. If my comment history was known, I'd probably never get hired. I troll too much, and that's another part of the conversation that I always think is worth having. So I was a pretty notorious and terrible online troll myself at some point. I have obviously grown out of that, and I have changed my ways, and I've tried very much to be a better person, a more helpful person, a more positive person to society. And yet, if my entire like online logs were found, there's definitely stuff in there that I've said that I'm not proud of that could potentially get me fired. And it's one of those things where, like, should I suffer consequences for something that I stupidly said as a 15-year-old kid online? Luckily, a lot of that stuff doesn't exist anymore because the internet was still, quote, newish. But there's plenty of people who now, when they say stuff or do stuff, it is online forever, and it will haunt them forever. And is it fair to ruin someone's livelihood, ruin their college chances over something dumb they said 10 years ago? And that's a conversation I think we need to have as a society, because it's a very tough conversation, because there should be consequences for actions, but if someone's truly trying to better themselves and changing themselves, are those consequences necessary? There's a story that goes around all the time, and I don't know if it's true or not, because it's, you know, online story you see on like Discord and TikTok, about a guy who broke the law. He was told he was going to have to go to prison, and the police never came and picked him up. So he's like, hey, they made a mistake. I'm not going to jail, whatever. So I'm going to turn my life around. And he ended up founding a business and working, buying a house, getting married, starting a family. And then years later, the mistake is caught, and they say, hey, you never served your time in prison because of a clerical error, so you are now going to have to go to prison. Even though he had rehabilitated his life, will prison actually do anything? And that's the whole thing of, like, punishment versus rehabilitation. If he's already rehabilitated, does he need to go to jail? Well, in America, we believe in punishment, not rehabilitation, so he hasn't served his punishment yet, right? So it's a difficult conversation. I heavily discuss lore and writing with my friends, and some of it gets dark, real dark.
Found something!
The classic in Minecraft, is that what you're saying? You've said terrible things, but in Minecraft, is that your defense?
Sample
Because I'm pretty sure that defense doesn't hold up in court. I've seen people try it. I don't think it actually works.
Injury? What injury?
This whole planet is exploding right now. I need a new controller so bad. It keeps getting jammed. It's so annoying. Interesting fact, since we're talking about writing, though, I'm pretty sure, so Tom Clancy writes a bunch of books about military stuff, and he was actually investigated because he was writing a book about the layout of a classified government ship for his book, and he wrote with such detail of this classified document that they felt like someone had to be leaking him information. So he got a knock on the door from the FBI, who's like, who is leaking you this information, because this is classified? And he had to explain that no one was leaking the information. He simply was a military writer for a living, and he was just writing what he thought made sense, and apparently it was just too close to reality. Finally tried the laser cannon for bot. It's actually good. Who would have thought? I actually made a video about that the laser cannon is the perfect weapon against the bots. It has unlimited ammo, it has a range of 200 meters, and it can destroy every single unit for the bots. It is truly the perfect weapon for destroying the bots. Everyone should be using the laser cannon if they want to, like, seriously decimate the robots.
Orbital incoming.
It is amazing. Good morning, Dex. I want to work for Lockheed Martin. I don't know who that is. I've heard the name before, but I don't know what they do.
Location, southwest.
Also, you're making fun of this fursuit getting leaked. You know, I know people make fun of furries. I have no reason to make fun of furries. But if someone can afford a fursuit, that is someone to be admired, because those things, those well-crafted fursuits that run like $50,000, like, amazing. Also, fun fact, again, I'm going to spread this fun fact as something I have heard, not something I have truly investigated. So allegedly there was a furry in the military who developed an anti-heat vest, basically a self-cooling vest, because their fursuit got too hot in the summer, and the military picked up that technology to help give some relief to people, like on submarines and other areas that got super, super hot during events. So not only are the furries keeping our computers running and the internet running, apparently they're also inventing technology for the military sector. So again, I know people like to make fun of furries, but they're out here ruling the world. I also am super jealous of, like, the what's the word, anonymity, the anonymous, the ability for them to go out in public and not be seen, to not be perceived. They just put on a fursuit helmet and nobody knows who they are. Like, there are many days where I wish that no one would know who I was when I was walking around, that there were no eyes on me. I didn't have to worry about anyone filming me or seeing me or saying, hey, I know that guy, or anything like that. Just the pure bliss of no one knows who I am. That must be a great feeling.
Southeast.
Lockheed Martin is the company that implements, a defense company. Gotcha. Helldivers and Warhammers is for the loneliness of men. I used to be pretty deep into the Warhammer community, but all the things you hear about people, what they say about the Warhammer community, seem to be true. There are definitely a lot of people in the Warhammer community that are questionable at best, say some questionable things and believe some questionable things. But honestly, the reason I had to stop playing Warhammer is there's only one local game shop in my area that really plays Warhammer, and honestly, the owner of the shop just he disgusted me as a person. He would regularly, when people who died who he didn't like, he would regularly run sales to celebrate their death. He would regularly, he was deep into like the whole Antifa very, very, very left side. And again, I'm not trying to take sides. I'm not trying to say anything about one side or the other. But the fact that he would regularly like, oh, hey, this person died and I didn't like them, so I'm going to run a sale on it and celebrate their death. It just really grossed me out. So I was like, I can't support this person anymore. I can't buy Warhammer here. I can't play here. So I had to leave because I just couldn't stand that. It was so gross.
Enemy patrol, north.
What would your fursona be? This is a hard question because if I answer too fast, you'll be like, that's suspicious. Why do you have that in mind? I want to be unique. I want to be special. So if I want to stand out, I can't be yet another wolf, right? That's a whole meme in the community is everyone is a wolf or a fox. So, I would like to stand out. So I would either go for something that I could make absolutely rainbow colored because I enjoy the rainbow, or a skunk, something unique that not a lot of people would go for. That way I could still stand out. I'm already sussed out. See, it's one of those conversations you can't win. It would take an alien invasion for man to become peace with each other. Even then, I think if aliens invaded, I don't think you'd have all of humanity banding together, because you would definitely have a certain amount of people like, let's let the aliens conquer us. And like that would be such a millennial thing, right? Like the aliens come and say, hey, we're going to conquer and destroy your world. You would have millennials out here being like, okay, but our world is already destroyed. So like, we've tried giving this a run, and obviously we're not running this well. So go ahead, take it here. Take the planet and see if you can do any better, because obviously we can't. So you don't understand. Earth isn't yours to conquer. That is one of the best lines in Invincible. I absolutely love Invincible, and I cannot wait for the next season of it. We finally went and got the full set of like all the compendiums, because we were tired of waiting for the next season to come out so we could see what happened next. So I love me some Invincible. Oh, we're on fire. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. Oh, we're 30 seconds on resupply. We have no stims. We've got a sliver of HP left. We are in danger here. We are in real trouble. So we're just gonna do what we can until the inevitable happens. Oh, that guy was almost snuck up on me. Did you see that? That guy was real sneaky, but not sneaky enough. Also, yesterday I sent a pic to Dex. We tried the viral fluffy lemonade recipe. I took some sugar-free lemonade and I put in some chocolate chip cookie flavored cream, and it tasted like rainbow sherbet ice cream. Like, it was pretty darn good. I would give it like an 8 out of 10. As a dessert drink, I would certainly drink it again. Would I drink it full time all day every day? No, it was a little much, but it was really good. It was kind of like drinking a float or a dirty soda. So fluffy lemonade is definitely an enjoyable experience. Highly recommend you try it. It's just lemonade and some sort of cream. You can use like whipped cream or heavy cream. I used cold foam cream that you put in coffee, and it just makes it a little frothy, a little thick, and really delicious. So, oh, look at that moon up there. This is perfect. We get an ICBM, the moon, and my favorite little officer here with his silly little hat. What more could you want? A little salute for the missile here. And it's just going to go very, very slowly. This is going to raise up. Very cinematic, right? We don't need things to go fast. We need it to be cinematic. Disgusting. That's the thing, is it wasn't disgusting. You would think it was disgusting, but it really wasn't. It was pretty good. It was pretty darn good. It was better than the peppercini Mountain Dew. Papa John's banana peppers and jalapeno juice in a in a Mountain Dew. That one wasn't. It had an interesting zing to it, but I don't think I would drink that one again. That wasn't the best. Now we're running low on. Running low on weird foods to eat. I did see someone made. They called it a caprickle. They took a pickle, they hollowed it out, and they put Skittles and a Capri Sun into it and ate that. And they said that was pretty good. So we might try the Capri Sun Skittle pickle. I do kind of like the sound of that. Like anything with pickles is going to be good. Like pickles basically improve every single meal. Like the little zip and zing they add to everything is just so good. I can't think of anything I wouldn't put a pickle on. At least once. I would try a pickle on anything, I think. Alright, I think we cleared the map. I think we're done. So let's get out of here. On to the next mission.
Activating jump pack.
A Skittle pickle? Yeah, Skittle pickle. That's even worse than Skibbity toilet. Skittle pickle. It kind of has the same ring as Skibbity. In a sci-fi context, I find xenophobe offensive turn. You see, I'm not afraid of Xenos. Xenos are afraid of me. Hearing about the pickle scares me deeply.
Rare sample acquired.
You know, that's a whole nother interesting conversation to have, is like something that's really changed in the last, I would say, 5 years for the Dungeons and Dragons community is like racism in Dungeons and Dragons. For the longest time, it was always like the Drow were a very hated race because of who they were, and there was just very, very like clear lore and rules around, hey, these guys are always villains, they are always despised, and people have said we don't want that in our games anymore. So we want something different. And it's cool that we now have some opportunities to tell different stories. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoy that. But I also do find it strange that there are some people who take it to such an extreme, like, well, I want to play a Dungeons and Dragons game, but I don't want any fantasy racism. I don't want any sort of, I want all the races to get along. It's like there's 30 races in Dungeons and Dragons, and half of them are at war with each other, and the lore they're built on is that they're either evil or they do these things wrong. And it's like if there's none of that, you're missing like a huge part of the world building, right? Like it's the same thing like if you're trying to run a campaign on Earth, like, okay, we're gonna have a human campaign, humans only, but there's no all the humans like each other. Like that's 90% of the conflict in fantasy games, is that the people don't like each other. Now, granted, I'm sure you could not like each other for other reasons, but it does seem strange to remove such a huge part of the world building part of the game and the lore. But that's what people want, right? And you run D&D how you want to run it. You run the game how you want to run it. So if you find a bunch of people who say, this is what I want out of my game, I'm sure there's nothing wrong with running the game how you want to run the game, right? That's the whole point, is you get to play the game how you want to play the game. I've never been much of a D&D guy, but I do enjoy your short memes. I never thought that I would be making D&D shorts every single day, but I have just enjoyed making the D&D memes, so that's what my shorts are. My shorts are whatever I'm enjoying at the moment. Sometimes I do Catholicism, sometimes I do D&D memes, sometimes I have my photography. Like, my shorts are just whatever I feel like making that day. And it's one of those things where people said, like, you'll absolutely never make it as a content creator if you make all these different shorts because you don't have a niche. And it's like, my niche is me, right? I want people who enjoy me for me and my content for my content as it is. So I don't need a niche. I just want people who enjoy hanging out with St. Waffles, you know? And it's slowly working. Like, granted, I'm not anything like a big creator or some famous streamer or anything like that, but we've got 6,000 people who come to hang out and chat and have a good time. So it's working to some degree. And right now it says there's 30 people watching. Like, could you imagine 30 people sitting in your house on your couch watching you play Mario or something? Like, that's such a unfathomably huge number of strangers to hang out, you know? To listen to me talking about pickles for hours on end. You know what else would be good? Pickle macaroni and cheese. We should make that next. We should put some pickles in the macaroni and cheese. In fact, I was at Easy Orchard the other day, which is a local like farm stand, and they had a pickle salsa and a pickle dip. I bet pickle salsa and macaroni and cheese would be really good. It'd give it kind of like this zesty zing, kind of like a sweet and savory sort of thing. I would never allow that many people inside my house. Fair. That is fair. That is too many people. I think the most people who guests have ever had in the house at the same time is like 3 people. Maybe 5 for a holiday. Gross. Don't like the idea of pickle macaroni and cheese. I'm practically barred from every pickle conversation in my international friend group because Indian pickles are an entirely different genre and a whole other topic and niche. Okay, I can actually talk about that, Abyss Walker, because we have a authentic Indian cuisine restaurant next to us that is absolutely delicious. I love going there because they have some wonderful curry, and they serve Indian pickles. And I was like, what the heck is an Indian pickle? Like, how can it be that different from a regular pickle? I was not prepared for the Indian pickle. It definitely had, it had such a different flavor. It was very vinegary, like a lot of vinegar, not a whole lot of like the dill. But I liked it. Like, I don't think I would eat one plain as a snack. Because of its flavor, it definitely is very powerful. You need something to go with it, but like, going with curry or going with some naan on the side, like, it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. So I would eat more of those 100%. I have had one, so I have had that experience. Everyone should try an Indian pickle at least once in their life. It is such a unique and different experience of a pickle. We pickle anything in India. We don't really use vinegar. We use oil, spice, and salt. Speaking of, when I went to Tillamook Cheese Factory yesterday to do some photography and wander around and just get out in the sun, and they had some aged cheddars, and on the aged cheddars, they had a bunch of different things that were like, hey, you should pair this cheese with this food. And some of it made sense, like, hey, this one would go really good with a beer, this one would go really good with crackers, like some basic things that you would expect. But then one of the things they said, this cheddar cheese would go really good with some pickled kimchi. And that I could not see. Like, I like kimchi, don't get me wrong, but I don't know about cheese and kimchi. That definitely was on the stranger end of combinations of food that I have not heard of before. So that might be one that I am unwilling to try. Pickled kimchi and cheese does not sound like it would be a good experience. All right, let's throw a walking barrage up there. Okay. Let's blow these guys up. Let's soften up their fortress a little bit. Achar is really good. Was that what an Indian pickle is? Is that what it's called? Is achar? Achar? Cheese could act as a milder, creamier base. Yeah, I guess so. I guess I could see that. Blow that up. So, we actually have a pretty good line of sight from here. This might be a good place to put down the anti-tank emplacement. Let's see what we could hit. Can't destroy that. There's one guy we could destroy there. Maybe one guy we could hit there. Maybe it's not a great spot. Let's try and get some higher ground to drop that in. I was surprised, though, at how much, like, I was such a picky eater as a kid. When I finally tried curry, I didn't think I would like curry, but I have fallen in love with a good vegetarian chickpea curry. Doesn't matter whether it's a red or yellow curry, green curry. I love all of it. And the spice level, man. I know it's a whole meme about people who look like me can't handle spice, or they think mayonnaise is spicy or things like that. I can definitely handle a little bit more spice, but sometimes when you go in there say, hey, I want, a 5 out of 5 or a 10 out of 10 spice, make it as spicy as you can, they will definitely make you regret saying that. There's one lady though at a Thai restaurant. She always makes me laugh so much because apparently I handle spice better than anyone she has seen before, because she came by and I dumped a bunch of red pepper flakes in my already spicy curry and I ate the whole thing, and she would come by and just like comment like so like amazed, like, oh, you ate the whole thing, like, wow, you really like spice. It is funny. It's like having my own little like cheer section on the spicy food. All right, let's see if we can get around this turret and take it out so it doesn't do exactly that. I worked at a high-end Indian restaurant called the Rizio in Scotland for 8 months. Very difficult, but great lads. They called me Ghost for obvious reasons with love. Pickle shredded mango peels. That could be good. Scotland is another place that I really want to visit. Someday I will make it to Scotland. We've talked about it last time, but I do have some connection to at least a family castle in Scotland that I would like to see and try out wearing. I would love to try out. Honestly, I would love to try a kimono, and I would love to try a kilt. I think both of those look like very comfortable and fun pieces of clothing. So I definitely would like the opportunity to try both. I'm very glad I didn't get the kilt yet, though, because the kilts can be very expensive, and their sizing is different because you don't wear a kilt the same way that you like wear pants. So I have a feeling that if I had bought a kilt, I would already not be able to fit into it because I've lost enough weight, which is excellent. In fact, I wear a photography vest every single day. And after 2 years, my photography vest is finally broken, so I had to buy another one. I was like, you know what? I've lost enough weight. Let's size down the vest by 1 size. It came yesterday. I think I could have sized down the vest, honestly, by 2 sizes that I've lost enough weight, and that's such a good feeling. Buying new clothing that has that's way smaller than your clothing before is such a good feeling. Like, after I got my surgery... granted, the surgery didn't have to do anything with weight loss, but it did have to do with the size of my pants. I went from a size 56 pair of pants down to a size 44 pair of pants, and that was such a good feeling to drop that much of pant size, and now I can go down a few more sizes. The goal is 32, right? That is the proper... That is the proper size of pants, according to the government health stuff, is a size 32 waist. So that is the goal to get there. I don't know if I'll ever get to that goal exactly, but that is what we are working towards. But it's such a good feeling. Buying new clothes and being able to fit into something is such a good experience. Oh, we're getting attacked from behind. All are welcome in Scotland. We wear in kilts usually for special occasions, weddings, ceremonies, war with English, that sort of thing. See, but I live in Oregon, and we wear kilts for different things, because like we have that guy who wears the kilt and rides a unicycle and plays the flaming bagpipes. He lives here in Oregon, and he's always bagpiping down the streets, so... We do it a little bit different here in Oregon. Alright, we need to bring out the big guns. We need to get serious about this. These guys are starting to push us back, starting to rock us a little bit. Okay, we're on fire. We're running. We're jumping. I can't even see what's going on. There's so many explosions and flashings going on. I went from a size 26 to around 30 because I finally got some meat and muscle on my bones. The guy who what? Check him out. If you go onto YouTube, he's pretty easy to find, and look up the flaming bagpiper. He rides a unicycle and he plays a flaming bagpipe, and he plays like a bunch of Star Wars music and then Through the Fire and Flames and all that. He's just so the motto for Portland is keep Portland weird. because it's considered to be like a weird town, and it lives up to the reputation. Very often you'll see something in Portland, you're like, okay, now I see why they say keep Portland weird, because it's definitely got a level of weirdness to it, and that's not even the most weird guy in the area. Like there's a news, this guy, his name was I want to say they called him Skippy. He was in the news because he caught a pigeon and was eating it at the local Burger King, and people are like, oh yeah, that's just Skippy, right? That's what he does. He catches pigeons and he eats them at fast food restaurants, and it's just like, yeah, that's just what that guy does. The patriarchy is stupid. Why did they assign dresses to women? I'd love to wear a dress during the summer. That is definitely, like, people always ask me why I play female characters when I'm playing like World of Warcraft and games like that, and the answer is always because they have better clothes. Like, if I'm gonna play a virtual dress-up game like World of Warcraft, I want to be able to dress up into everything, and it just looks better on those models. So it's an active choice, but it's not an active choice. If they made things that looked good on the male models, I would gladly play that too. But it's just, the fact is that all the stuff looks better on the female models, so I'm gonna play dress up. Darn it, that's the whole reason. That's why you play like Skyrim, Stardew Valley, Monster Hunter, in any RPG really. The whole point of the end game is to play dress up. So I want to play pretty dress up. And that means that I have to play a female character so I can have access to all the pretty things to dress up as. That's just how it is. Like, occasionally I'll wander into Hot Topic when we're at the mall with Emmy, and like the options for all the adorable and wonderful clothing that women have available to them as compared to men, it's not fair sometimes, you know? I wish I had more options for fun and cute clothing, but I do not. I've got blue jeans and a My Hero Academia tank top. South India and other parts of Southeast Asia, we have traditional attire for men which are sort of similar to skirts, and they're extremely comfy. Alright, let's take out this factory up here. Bubble's here! Good morning, Bubble! Good morning, good morning. We are on the books next week, next Wednesday. We are going to be doing another, another joint stream with Tony. We are going to be playing Helldivers with Tony, and we are going to have Trekkie for Christ, who is a priest who hangs out in a lot of the Catholic spaces. He is going to be joining us, so we are going to be helldiving with a priest next Wednesday. Stay tuned for that. We're talking about wearing dresses out of jealousy. As a guy, you can be fashionable. It's just harder. I have a ton of tailored suits. I like to be extremely sharply dressed. Don't ask where I source the money for tailored suits. That is exactly it. Like, I have heard that a tailored suit, it definitely looks amazing and feels amazing, but that can definitely get expensive. And Waffles want kawaii clothing options. I mean, I showed you when I asked that AI to make a picture of me based on what it thought St. Waffles looked like as a streamer, it gave me that blue and pink colored pastel kawaii girl. So even the AI thinks that I should be a very cutely dressed, fun colored, bubbly person. And who am I to argue with the AI? Helldiving with a priest, that's just Warhammer. I mean, basically, yeah. Less machine spirits. All right, let's use that. Let's clear out that camp. Come on, Barrage, do your thing. Boom. Okay. Another problem solved. Let's turn these guys into scrap metal really fast. Nice and easy. Don't Don't forget, Bubble and Dex, this is my last stream of the week. I am on vacation starting tomorrow. I am going to be down in Southern Oregon. I'm going to go through a couple zoos, though, so I'll be getting some great photos of animals, so I can't wait to share those with you. We're going to go to a Japanese tea house. That'll be fun for pictures and enjoying tea, so I will have lots of fun pictures for y'all when I get back. But no stream on Friday. You're heading out now, too? All right, Abyss, we'll see you next time. Thanks for coming by and talking to us about the Indian pickles. I might have to go get one of those now. Now, it's all I can think about is going back to that Indian restaurant and getting some curry and pickles. But I can't go out to eat because I'm going to spend all my money on vacation, so I've got to be good. What time is it even? How am I doing on time? Okay, I've still got a little bit of time before I got to go to work. I do have a couple other pictures to share too. I think I've narrowed down the pictures that I'm going to be entering into the state fair, so we might show those off. I got a couple really great pictures yesterday, so we've got some photos to show off again. It's been a little while since we've done a photography stream, so it might be time to do that again. All right, let's open the double doors. That's all you. It's so beautiful to see democracy. We are spreading democracy at a rate previously never seen before. We are kicking some major butt on liberating a few of these planets. Oh, that's not good. They've got some fireballs to lob at us. Let's see if we can get in a different way here. I've got my anti-tank emplacement we haven't placed yet, so... Oh, and they're calling someone in. Okay, barrage is down for 30 seconds, so if we can hold out for 30 seconds, we can call in the barrage to take them down that way. That might be the smarter way to approach this problem. Because there's a lot of dudes over there. Oh, or they'll just do that. Looks like they solved that problem. Never mind. The 500 kg wanted to do some problem solving today. See if we can clean up a few of these guys, though. They have fireballs. They do have fireballs. They can lob them pretty far with their incendiary units. But also, I have a sniper rifle that shoots rockets that explode. So, you know, fair is fair. They get fireballs, we get giant exploding rockets. It all balances out. If I could aim. That is the true final boss, is bad aim. Oh, that guy's shooting at me too. Okay. Take that guy down. Let's take out some of these guys since we have the high ground. What's that Star Wars quote? It's over, Luke. I have the high ground. That's what we feel like right now. Is it Luke? I don't know. As y'all know, I've never seen Star Wars, so I don't know the quote that well because I've never seen it, but I'm pretty sure it's Luke, right? All right, let's give those guys a treat and run away. I will see Star Wars at some point. Although I will say, I watched a random clip from Rambo the other day, and I've never seen Rambo either. And now I kind of want to go watch the Rambo series since I've never seen it. It looks like it could be a fun, mindless action movie. So I think the next old movie on my list to get rid of is Rambo. I think we're going to watch Rambo next. Rambo and Top Gun. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about Top Gun lately. I've never seen that either. So those are the next two old movies on my list to cross over and see, or cross off and see. There's Rambo and Rambo First Blood. How many Rambos aren't there? Like 10 Rambo movies? Like, it might take a while to get through all of them, honestly. I'm pretty sure they've made a lot of Rambo movies. Alright, what do we got here? We got explosions everywhere. That random eagle just made those guys mad. Pop that guy's eye. There we go. See if we can blow that guy up from here. I don't know. We don't have a real clear shot on him, but we're going to try. Seems like it's working. It worked. Hubby and I have been talking about something similar because the new John Wick and Mission Impossible are coming out. I've never seen John Wick, and he's not seen Mission Impossible. John Wick, oh man, I have something stuck in my throat. Give me a second here. Almost done with Infamous. We just got the last good ending. It's very difficult to get the good ending. John Wick. I saw the first one and I liked the first one. And I saw the second one and I liked it well enough. But I feel like it's one of those things where did they really need to make 5 sequels to the John Wick series? And now they're making a whole John Wick universe. And like, I feel like they're just gonna do it to death. Like, how much can you really do with John Wick? It's just a movie about cool action sequences. That's one movie idea there. It doesn't need 5 spin-offs. So I don't know. Like, I know that like Ballerina's coming out and it's the next movie set in the John Wick universe, and I just don't know that I'm very hyped for that. It seems like we could have been done with this already. Mission Impossible is another one. I've never seen Mission Impossible, so that needs to be added to the list. I also want to go back and watch Blue Eye Samurai again. I really enjoyed Blue Eye Samurai on Netflix, and it's been a while. I'd like to watch that again and enjoy. That was a very good anime. So once again, I'm faced with there's so many things I want to watch and I don't have enough time to do it all. Let's grenade that guy and then teleport away. Oh, hello, his friend. Let's grenade him too. Okay. They're not happy with me. They are expressing their displeasure. I'll tell you what I don't want to see though. I have heard absolutely nothing good about the new Lilo and Stitch movie. Like, I have not heard a single person come away from that movie happy that they saw that. So maybe I'll wait for it to be like on straight to DVD or something of that. Oops, I accidentally took 2. But I don't think I'm going to spend the money to see it in theaters because I have not heard of a single person enjoying the new Lilo and Stitch, which is a shame because I love Lilo and Stitch. I thought that was a wonderful movie. The soundtrack was good. It was just a fun, good Disney movie, and it sounds like in classic Disney fashion, they have ruined it. Again, I don't know. I don't know for sure, but that's what I have heard. Lilo and Stitch. Look at that guy running. He going. He's zooming. What's up, dude? What are you doing? Cash me outside. How about that? Okay. Okay, we're running. Okay, we're running. Alright, we took care of the tank. There's a few more guys in there, but I think the orbital barrage should take care of them. I think our mission is complete. We just gotta realign the tower really quick. Which is an absolute shame that they ruined. Lilo and Stitch was great, and same thing like the live action Mulan. Like, they had so much of a chance to make... Like, Mulan is my absolute favorite Disney movie of all time. And the live action Mulan just like missed the entire point of the movie and did it so dirty. That was disappointing. In fact, I can't think of any live actions that weren't disappointing. though on it's kind of a related topic. I promise it's not too much of a tangent. There was, remember like back in 2012 or 2015 where a company tried to do they tried to do a Beauty and the Beast story, but obviously they're not Disney, so they couldn't do Beauty and the Beast. So instead of transforming into a beast, the guy just had a bunch of really cool tattoos. And it was like the dumbest premise for a movie where like, oh, you're so tortured because you have these magic cool tattoos that make people question you or think you're a criminal, but I love you for who you are. It's like this is the dumbest rendition of Beauty and the Beast. Like the whole thing with, you know, being the Beast was he was as monstrous on the outside as he was on the inside. This guy just had some tattoos. Like that didn't make him a beast. I'm not a Disney fan. Why do people dislike it? From what I've heard, again, I have not watched it. These are just the reviews. People dislike the new Lilo and Stitch because A, they changed the soundtrack, which was amazing. So they got rid of a lot of the soundtrack, which awful decision there. They got rid of the main villain. They made the main villain a completely different villain. This one personally didn't impact me, but a lot of people were upset about it. One of the aliens was very famous for he would cross-dress, and they got rid of the cross-dressing alien, and that upset some people. And then like the biggest thing is like the whole premise of the movie was Nani, I think the older sister, like Lilo and her sister, their parents are gone, and so Nani is struggling to find a way to provide for her sister and keep her sister and live their life and keep their family together. And in the new movie, allegedly, Nani decides that the best thing she can do is give up Lilo into the government foster care so she can go pursue her dream of college. So it kind of completely goes from a message of like, I'm doing everything I can and sacrificing for my family to keep my family together, to I'm going to abandon my family so that I can pursue my dream of being a marine biologist, which was, as far as I know, was never a talking point in the original movie. I don't believe she ever had that dream. So like a lot of people are kind of upset at that messaging of like, hey, this movie about family ties and loving your family and doing everything to keep it together is now about abandoning your family to pursue your dreams. So again, this is what I've heard. These are the reviews I've read. I haven't actually watched myself, so how much of that is true, how much of that is people just being upset, how much of it is exaggeration, I don't know. But that's allegedly why people are upset. To be a marine biologist, which is something she could have done in Hawaii, it was so stupid. A lot of people are so upset by it, they're saying that it is government propaganda to destroy the Hawaiian people, to help the Finnish colonizing of Hawaii, which again, I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what people are saying online. That seems like a more extreme take, but that is what the internet is buzzing about currently. So there is the Lilo and Stitch drama. Is this whole next generation being self-centered, only caring about themselves? So by Lilo, I'm going to focus on me. And like I do understand to a degree, like the whole Nani deserves to be able to live her life too, right? She deserves to be able to pursue her dreams and passions and do what she wants to do. Like that certainly can enter into the conversation as well. And I do think there can be a conversation around the idea of like, what do I owe my family versus what do I owe myself? When do I get to live my life versus someone else's life? Like those are definitely interesting conversations that can be had. It sounds like they did not do said interesting conversation well. Oh, we're getting absolutely swarmed here. What happened? We are getting mauled. It came out of nowhere. All right, let's get here again. People need to figure it out. Is Disney for or against America? I'm pretty sure this is one of those things where it's both at the same time. There are people it's media literacy is the problem, right? People can watch the same movie and get a completely different thing out of it. So some people watch it and say, "Oh, this is anti-American." Other people watch and say, "This is for America." And that's the whole problem with like media literacy in America, right?
Requesting tac pack. Calling down a support weapon.
like we're gonna go back to Star Wars here because again, I haven't seen Star Wars, so I'm just talking about memes and things I've seen online and discussion. There are people who claim that the Empire are the good guys. Again, I haven't watched it, so I don't know if that's true or not, but it seems like when you've got an evil overarching empire that uses red swords and everyone is named Darth or evil, it seems pretty obvious that there is a good guy and there is a bad guy in the story, and some people completely miss that. It's not that deep, bro. I mean, you can dig deep into there's a lot of interesting things like there was a guy who made a video essay talking about how Predator, the original Predator movie, is one of the most like hostile critiques of masculinity to have ever been made. And it was really fascinating to watch him go through and say all these things about how these scenes were directed with purpose for demasculating the heroes and showing like that toxic masculinity and what it feels like to be a woman in a man's world. I don't know if any of it's true, but again, we're talking about media literacy and how one person watched this movie and got all these deep themes and thoughts out of it. It's like, is that actually true? Or is this one of those 8th grade writing things where you're overanalyzing why the door is blue? What do kids and tattoos have in common? Anakin Skywalker says you can remove both with a laser. I've never seen Star Wars, but I'm pretty sure that's like the meme with the younglings where he goes and takes out a whole cluster of children for some reason. I'm pretty sure that's what that's referencing. Because like Anakin's the bad guy, right? He eventually becomes Vader, or is that Luke or Anakin becomes Vader? One or the other. So like, what you talking? I'm talking about things that I don't know what I'm talking about because we're talking about Star Wars, and I've never seen Star Wars, and I have no knowledge of Star Wars. So I'm out of my league here, out of my depth. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anakin becomes Vader. BS, you've never seen Star Wars, you're such a liar and a twerp. What can I say? I've never watched Star Wars. I missed out on a lot of movies as a kid. I wasn't interested in a lot of movies as a kid, so I missed out on a lot of the classics. You sound like actually The Matrix is about critiquing the gender roles in society and improving to higher dimension awareness. I've never seen The Matrix either, so I couldn't tell you what The Matrix is about because I've never seen The Matrix, so I couldn't tell you what that's about, to be honest. It's another one on my list. I definitely need to watch The Matrix at some point. I've heard it's good, or at least the first one. I've heard that the sequels aren't very good, but I don't know what The Matrix is about. I know that it's got Keanu Reeves, I'm pretty sure. Keanu Reeves is like the main Matrix guy. That's basically all I know about The Matrix. Go watch them all. I will. It is on the list of movies to catch up on. Definitely Star Wars is on the list. Is it Keanu Reeves in The Matrix? It's the it's the guy who looks like Markiplier. Keanu Reeves and Markiplier look the same to me, so it's that dude, I'm pretty sure, who was in The Matrix, only it was like 30 years ago when it was made. I'm missing out. There's a lot of great old movies I do want to see. I've got a whole list of old movies to see. We were just talking about it. I think I'm going to watch Rambo next because I've never seen Rambo. I want to go enjoy Rambo. Honestly, the one I saw it as a kid, but I never appreciated it. But I went and read Lonesome Dove, and I never understood why my dad always watched Lonesome Dove when it was on TV. But I get it now. Lonesome Dove is such a good. I don't know if you call it a movie or a miniseries. It was before miniseries were a thing, but like it's a multi-part thing on TV. If you haven't gotten the chance to, you should go and watch Lonesome Dove. That is a quality, good experience.
Requesting tac back.
Calling down supplies. Support weapon inbound.
That is one that I can recommend. Lonesome Dove. I'm pretty sure they made a sequel that wasn't as good, The Return to Lonesome Dove, but go watch that one. There's my movie recommendation of the day. Since I don't know about half these movies y'all are talking about, I can at least recommend that one. It is a solid, fun experience. Which is, since we're talking about media also, one of the interesting things, if you look at people analyzing media, you'll also have people who will talk about how samurai movies and Western movies are the same genre, that they have like very similar themes, and that a lot of Western movies actually like influenced the samurai movies. So it's kind of an interesting clash of cultures there. Chatterbox, good morning. How's it going? We're talking movies, so feel free to drop any of your favorite movies or a movie that I should see. I have not seen a lot of movies, so unless it's horror. I've seen a lot of bad horror. I have spent too many hours wasting my life watching bad horror movies. That I could talk about all day. All right, let's blow up some ships, huh? Here they come. And I missed. Bad first shot. Guns Akimbo. I've never heard of that one. We'll add it to the list. That sounds like fun. The only thing I know about Guns Akimbo is in Call of Duty, they call it Akimbo when you dual wield pistols. So, that's all I know about Akimbo. Is from Call of Duty. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I think I've seen that one. Isn't that like the sequel to Rain Man? Isn't that about the guy who like is really, really good with numbers? And that's like why they call him the Spotless Mind guy? I'm pretty sure I've seen that one, but I'm not 100% on that. But I'm pretty sure that's like in the same genre as like Rain Man, yeah? I've seen that one. I've seen Rain Man. You know what else was a good one? Was that face. Cinderella Man. Cinderella Man was a really good one. I'm guessing I'm wrong, Dex. Just based on the face, I'm guessing I'm wrong on that. Kaboom! No, don't call in reinforcements. Oh, he called in reinforcements. Okay. Things are about to get real rough here. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I've heard of Scott Pilgrim. I'm fairly certain Scott Pilgrim was like a comic book or a visual novel first, and then it was turned into a movie. I've heard that the novels are better, or was it a video game first? Something like that. Like it wasn't a movie first, right? It was something else, and it got turned into a movie. I'm also, wasn't Scott Pilgrim made by the guy? I'm trying to remember the movie. He made a movie that most people considered to be really bad, but I really Sucker Punch. The guy who made Scott Pilgrim also made Sucker Punch, I'm pretty sure. And even though Sucker Punch got like a 3 out of 10, I really enjoyed Sucker Punch. I thought that was a good, solid movie. I think Sucker Punch is underrated. Same thing with The Watchmen. I could analyze and talk about The Watchmen for hours. I think that is a severely underrated movie. I think people unfairly hated on The Watchmen. That is probably top 5 best movie ever made. That just got the short end of the stick for no good reason. All right, let's reload faster. Faster. There's a tank. There's 2 tanks. Let's speed it up, Helldiver. Reload a bit faster, please. We're getting pushed back. This is not good. This is really not good.
Calling in reinforcements.
I think we're going to lose this one. We're getting pushed back something bad here. But yeah, the Watchmen, I've even got like a signed copy of the Watchmen right next to me. Like, I loved the Watchmen. I've watched that movie more times. I take that back. I may have watched Law Abiding Citizen more. I think Law Abiding Citizen was a wonderful movie also that gets unfairly hated. Or I guess maybe fairly hated because the ending wasn't very good for Law Abiding Citizen, but anything with Gerard Butler, I will stand by this as a factual statement. Gerard Butler is the best actor to have come out of America in the last 150 years. Like, he is one of the greatest actors ever. Period. 300, Law Abiding Citizen, P.S. I Love You, Olympus Has Fallen. Like, his cinematography is amazing. Truly one of the greats. Underappreciated. I am glitched and stuck in this chair, so I guess we're gonna just keep shooting until we run out of ammo, and then we'll sit here and catch some bullets until we're destroyed, I guess, because we're stuck. And we're out of ammo. I'm stuck. Someone... Oh, wait. It just sucked me into the ground. There we go. Hey, we're unstuck. All right, we got some tanks coming, so we're going to need some more ammo quickly. Well, okay, I wasn't stuck anymore, but thanks for unsticking me, dude.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Emmy hates P.S. I Love You because it's too sad. And it makes me sad because I can never watch it because it's such a good movie. And now I don't get to watch it because it's too sad of a movie. But if you get a chance to enjoy it and you haven't, you should watch P.S. I Love You. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful, cute movie.
Half reinforcement budget remaining.
Yeah, we're losing. Oh, we're losing. We're not making it out of this one alive. Sorry, Super Earth citizens, you are not getting evacuated. Things are not going well over here. Let's knock the weapon off that guy. Artemis Fowl. See, I've heard of the book Artemis Fowl, but I seem to remember everyone saying the movie for Artemis Fowl by Disney was really awful. I don't know if that's true or not, but I seem to recall people saying that the movie was really bad when it came out. Yeah, they're destroying our generators. We're in super trouble here. Stay away from the generators, dudes. I am the last line of defense. I will not let you destroy these generators. Come on. Reload faster. We're last line of defense, R4. We are holding down the fort. Oh, that laser. Someone brought a laser. We might be saved. That laser is... It's gone. It was helping us. It was doing something. Oh, grenade. Live grenade. Most movies based on books are bad. I could probably agree with that. I think you're right on that. Though, like, Marvel changed that for at least for comic books, right? They made some amazing comic books and did some great things with that. So, you know, we're hopefully changing the way we interact with that media and enjoy those things. So hopefully that can be different. Stay away from that. Oh boy. I can't believe I missed that shot. That was embarrassing. Holy cow.
Requesting fortification.
Oh, we're getting overrun. And we lost. Fight Club isn't bad. I've seen parts of Fight Club, but I have never actually watched it all the way through, I don't think. All right, let's get out of here and regroup. That's another interesting take. The Marvel stuff, or about most movies based on books aren't good? I don't think that's a hot take. I think most people agree with that. All right, we live to fight another day, I guess. Lord of the Rings is good, though. I'm stuck on Lord of the Rings. I'm reading the book. It's taking me a while to read the book. I've never watched the trilogy all the way through, so I'll watch the first movie, and I really enjoy watching the first movie, and then I'll forget to watch the second movie, and then by the time I'm like, oh yeah, I need to finish watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy, I'll be like, well, I might as well start over and start with the first movie again. And so I've watched the first movie like 3 times, but I've never actually watched like the full trilogy all the way through. Fight Club is a scathing take on male fragility and hypermasculinity told by a gay man, seen different by those who delve and those who don't. I did just watch Animal Farm. I don't know if that counts. That was a good movie. All right. I've got to go get ready for work. So that is going to be it for me. So as always, once it'll let me, let's end with our prayer and prepare to have a good day as we enter the workforce today. Are you all excited? It's Wednesday. It's almost Friday. All right, enough loading screens. Quit out of the game. All right, here we go. Prayer time. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. Today, we continue to pray for all the people who are graduating from high school, all the people who are graduating from college, all the people who are entering another stage of their life, who may not know what comes next, what they're doing next, or what life holds for them. Lord, help to guide them. We continue to pray for people who are discerning the vocation of the priesthood. Help to bring them into your fold, Lord, to help them help us. We pray for all the people who want forgiveness, all the people who are seeking forgiveness, who are seeking to come to confession, who are seeking to redeem themselves. Lord, help to bring those people to confession and give them a clean slate. We pray for all the people who don't have enough food, who don't have enough water, who don't have enough shelter, whatever it may be that they are lacking in their lives. Lord, help them and help us, their brothers and sisters in Christ, to recognize that need in our community and be giving with the gifts that you've given us. Help us to provide them with food, water, and shelter, and other things they may need. And finally, we pray for the souls of purgatory, all the souls who've been forgotten, all the souls who have no one left to pray for them. Lord, have mercy. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, everyone, that is it for me. Again, we are not streaming on Friday as usual because I will be out of town, but look forward to some new photos. I will continue to make some content that we'll put up, so my shorts will be there and maybe some posts as well, so stay tuned for all of that. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning. As always, you've made it a wonderful morning, a great way to start the day, so go and have a blessed day, and we will see you again on Monday.